The first question revolves around what is the higher self. Because of cultural differences, many of our Chinese audience and followers are not familiar with the concept of higher self. Perhaps higher self has a different names under the different practice system, although they may all be expressing the same thing. For example, some people will call it one's true nature, while others call it soul, inner child, or self-consciousness, or so on. Each of the language and the system framework it is situated within gives the concept of higher self a different name and an even different definition. In addition, everyone has a different understanding and perception of the same word, and this is why everyone defines higher self so differently. So can you explain what the higher self is? And what is your understanding? And when you are painting this spiritual artwork, what is the higher self that you feel and connect with?
Okay, it's a very good question, Lucy. My understanding of the higher self is it's the pure essence of your soul. So a pure essence of the individual soul. And it's almost as if, it's the energy of the crystalline part of your soul. And all the experiences perhaps would be if we shone a light through that crystal, and all those little prisms that would express from it would be all the little experiences that higher self has.
So the higher self is the essence of your soul, and then it won't change no matter your life. What happens to your life, no matter whether your life is up or down, that essence part will never change, right?
The essence never changes, but sometimes, if I'm doing a higher self picture, the energy of the pose might change. So, if you're asking a question of someone, often they'll tilt their heads on the side, or they may appear with their eyes closed or their eyes open, or sometimes the things that you might see around the higher self may change, but the essence of the higher self doesn't change.
So the main experience of higher self won't change because that's the essence from your soul.
Yes.
And but the small thing will change, like whether they open their eyes or not, and their postures in the paintings, and maybe the background sometimes will change, right?
Yes,
but
that's
just these
correct.
little things.
Just little things. Sometimes it can appear to be younger or older.
Yeah. But you can still look at. But
that's the same.
Yeah, but they still look the same.
Still the same.
So basically, to summarize your words, so everyone probably will only have one higher self.
Yes, one higher self.
One higher self, which is the
multifaceted, but one higher self.
Okay. Because there are many versions and explanations of higher self exist on the internet.
Yes.
But I truly believe that people only has one higher self, which is same with your idea.
Yes.
And that is your soul in its fullness and the completeness.
Yes.
And there is no need to search for outside, because a lot of people think that the higher self is another person that is outside of them. But actually, they are higher selves is inside, is within us. And it's waiting for us to connect, and it's nothing that we can search from outside but inside, and it is in the deepest part of our soul.
That's beautiful. Well put, Lucy. Yes.
And so in that case, so majority of people will only have one higher self drawing, right?
That's correct. Yes, I would express only one higher self.
So, and then the higher self painting will change slightly over time, just like what you just said, maybe the posture or the eyes, those small details.
Yes.
But there's no need to order higher self again, right?
No, it's
need.
Not something that you would order twice, really.
So it's only like one higher self photo for one person. So how old was the youngest higher self painting you have created so far?
I think it was a young boy, and he had a disability, and his parents actually asked me to do his higher self because he was having great difficulty expressing himself in this life, and he was about 4, and he recently passed away. He
Oh.
was about 10 when he passed, but it gave him a sense of
Courage.
calmness, and often when he found it very difficult to express himself in this life, they would use the drawing to bring him back to a peaceful centre within himself. So they used it as a therapy for him.
So the higher self was hand in that boy's room to
Yes.
create a very peaceful and a calming environment for this little boy. Oh,
And I think it also helped the parents to understand why.
oh, why? Yeah. I think it's pretty meaningful for this little boy, and also to let his parents, to give parents a bit of calm and courage.
Yes.
To support the parents and also the boy to go through their life challenge.
Yes.